Hi, I'm going to do a little tour of the wiki tomorrow in class, and because I'm not sure how the video will stream across the internet, I'm going to pre-record it and put it on YouTube. So I've just navigated to the main page for the wiki, wiki.sfu.ca, fall08/CMNS253W. And you don't need to type in any of the rest, it'll fill that in for you. You can actually just go to wiki.sfu.ca and follow some links there. Anyway, this is the main page. You can get to it either from clicking the main page, or you can see that little tooltip pops up and says Control Z. There's key commands for most of the major functions in MediaWiki, which is the wiki software that SFU is using. You can also just click on the SFU icon in the corner, takes you back to the main page. So we have the major parts are all listed here on the left hand side, and all the assignments, for example, and there's sub pages for the sub assignments. I have a little blog which is really just my notes. I've left all the notes from last semester in there. This gives an example of when there's a lot of things in the table of contents, you can hide it and then it goes away. And you can get it back again whenever you need it. So in a blog, like if you've read anybody else's blogs, the new stuff is usually at the top. I also have a page for the lectures, and so each week there's something, and I try to make it action oriented. So there's listen, read, do, down. Oops. There's a feature. If you double click on things in the Wikipedia, or in Wikimedia, it starts editing. So I just click back on page to stop editing it. Anyway, so do download. I'll put the lecture slides here, and here is a video to watch. I think that's the first video that was in the class. I'll put the others for there in here, and then if there's any lecture links that I have, and sometimes I have those before class, sometimes I do them after, based on things we talk about in class. And then the podcast will also be here, and the downloaded video and so on. So that's the lectures. So here's the lecture links, which I just said, and those I have the other way around, basically, because they are built up over time. And so they're sort of like a blog in that sense. So the week one is at the very bottom. It seemed like a good thing at the time. I have another page just called links, which is, these are sort of more generic information, and sometimes that'll be helpful for some of your assignments and to find scholarly journals. The course outline, this is just the regular course outline that was available from the department. Recent changes is just something that's done by the computer. It just keeps track of what's happening, and you can see actually there's a fair bit of action on the student pages because students have been editing their pages, which brings up this one, which is the student page. And oh, interestingly, looks like somebody has kind of chopped up the names. I don't know how they managed that, but here's a good example of how anybody can fix something. So I thought these things would be sort of in a row. So I'll just put it back that way. And oh, I see what someone has tried to enter wiki text when they were in the rich text editor. So if you know what wiki text is, then you need to enter it after you click this. So you can see that. So you can see here, and interesting. So anyway, I won't bore you with that, but so you can see I've put some of it back together by having the headings. Almost anything that you do, you can always go into the history and undo stuff and sort of get back to, so someone in the last few people probably changed things around. Where we student pages, the syllabus. Syllabus actually was pretty important back in the day when there wasn't a wiki, but now it's really just a bunch of links to the other parts. And then finally there's a page for the tutorials, which they'll get more elaborate as time goes on. There's no tutorials this coming week. So the first week there's no tutorials, but Andrew and Catherine will build pages here and links for their tutorials and for the students. And they'll also, if they use any PowerPoint or anything in the tutorial, they'll probably put it there. So that's just our little tour.